You step into a room full of strangers. In less than a second, your brain has already decided who is safe, who is dangerous, and who is worth talking to. You don't know why. You just feel it. A gut reaction, a whisper of instinct. You might think it's just intuition, or maybe you're just good at reading people. But the real answer is far stranger. Your brain is not making a modern social judgment. It is running an ancient survival program that predates language, civilization, and even your own species. This is thin slicing. It's the ability of your unconscious mind to find patterns in a sliver of experience, often in less than a tenth of a second, and deliver a verdict. That verdict can feel like a bolt of lightning. You meet someone and instantly trust them. Or you feel a creeping unease around a person who has done nothing wrong. It's not magic. It's your inner caveman, scanning the savannah for threats in a world that no longer exists. Psychologist Nalini Ambady pioneered the study of thin slicing. In one experiment, she showed participants silent 10-second video clips of a teacher lecturing and asked them to rate the teacher's effectiveness. The ratings predicted the teacher's actual end-of-semester evaluations with startling accuracy. But here's the kicker. When she showed them 5-second clips, the accuracy was exactly the same. 2-second clips? Same. Even when the clips were only a few frames long, the unconscious mind still nailed it. You are making profound judgments in the blink of an eye, and you have no idea you're doing it. Your brain is wired to answer one question above all others: friend or foe. For millions of years, your ancestors lived in small bands of hunter-gatherers. Mistaking a hostile stranger for a friend could mean a spear in the back, but mistaking a potential ally for a threat could mean dying alone. So evolution built a rapid response system deep in your brain, centered on a tiny almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. The amygdala is your neural smoke detector. It receives sensory information before your conscious mind even gets a look. If it detects a pattern associated with danger, like an angry face or a sudden movement, it triggers a cascade of fear before you can think. This is why you flinch at a shadow before you realize it's just a coat rack. And it's why you sometimes get a bad feeling about someone you just met. This ancient alarm system doesn't work alone. It pulls from a library of subconscious cues. The micro-expressions that flash across a face in a fraction of a second. The tone of voice that dips into a threatening register. The body language that signals dominance or submission. Your brain is constantly cross-referencing these signals against a database of survival memories that stretch back to the Pleistocene. Researcher Paul Ekman found that even people from isolated tribes who have never seen a photograph can correctly identify facial expressions of fear, anger, and disgust. These are not cultural inventions. They are universal human hardware, and your brain is running them on autopilot. But here's the twist. This system is not a truth detector. It is a pattern-matching machine, and it is riddled with ancient biases. Your brain is not asking, is this person trustworthy? It is asking, does this person look like someone who was trustworthy in the past? And sometimes it gets the labels wrong. A study by Alexander Todorov showed that people can judge the competence of a political candidate from a single photograph in under a second. And those snap judgments predict actual election outcomes far better than chance. But the candidate's face has nothing to do with their actual ability to govern. A strong jawline and symmetrical features trigger a deep-seated heuristic that says leader, even if that person is a disaster. Your thin slicing brain is not a wisdom machine. It is a shortcut machine, and shortcuts can lead you off a cliff. Nowhere is this more dangerous than in the modern world of job interviews and first dates. You walk into an interview, and within the first 10 seconds, the interviewer has already formed an impression of your competence and likability. That impression is based on your handshake, your posture, your eye contact, the timbre of your voice, all ancient tribal signals. A confident, upright gait signals a strong ally. A weak, slumped posture whispers sick or submissive. Your interviewer's Stone Age brain is making a life or death calculation about whether you belong in the tribe, and they are completely unaware of it. You are not being evaluated on your resume. You are being evaluated by the same neural machinery that once judged whether a stranger approaching the campfire was carrying a weapon or a gift. On a first date, the same program runs. You might tell yourself you're looking for shared values and a good sense of humor, but your unconscious has already made a split-second decision based on the angle of a jaw, the scent of a person's immune system, and the dilation of their pupils. Studies show that you can predict a person's sexual orientation, political leanings, and even some personality traits from a photo shown for just 50 milliseconds. You are not making a choice. You are rubber stamping a verdict that was delivered long before you took your seat. So why does this matter? Because if you don't know this system is running, you are its puppet. You will walk through life believing you are a rational, thoughtful judge of character, when in fact you are a caveman in a suit, reacting to shadows and echoes. But once you know the system exists, you can start to question it. That instant distrust you feel towards someone with a scar or a different skin color, that's not your character. That's your amygdala firing on outdated data. That sudden wave of trust you feel for a charismatic stranger with a perfect smile, that's not your soulmate. That's your brain falling for a pattern that once meant healthy and safe. You can learn to override these snap judgments, or at least to hold them lightly, and give your conscious mind a chance to catch up. The most unsettling part is that thin slicing is not only about other people, it's about you. Every time you walk into a room, the people you meet are running the same ancient software on your face, your posture, your voice. Before you even open your mouth, they have already decided if you are a threat, an ally, or a nobody. And that decision colors everything you say and do from that moment on. You are not just a person. You are a walking set of triggers, and your survival in the modern social jungle depends on the signals you cannot see yourself sending. You might think you're a rational judge of character, but you're not. You're a creature of the Pleistocene, navigating a world of fluorescent lights and job interviews with a brain that still thinks it's scanning the tall grass for predators. The next time you get a gut feeling about someone, remember that it's not a sixth sense. It's a million-year-old whisper, and it might just be wrong, or it might be the most honest thing you'll ever hear. After all, when you step into a room full of strangers, your brain has already decided.